Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again this week for another Sketch With Me video. This is the second in the series that I'm running here on my channel. I'm not sure how long this is going to go on for, but it's something that I'm interested in doing at the moment. So I think it may be for at least the next 4 to 5 months anyway. I do have some videos pre-recorded, so I'm excited to get those up. I should say, for those of you who don't know, my name is Karina, and I post art videos here every Friday on my channel. I tend to like working with watercolors and Copics and inks and those types of mediums, gouache recently as well, and but I'm doing this sketching with me series so I can improve on just drawing in general, I guess. The main reason why I started was because I wanted to learn how to draw animals and birds and you know, other things rather than just, you know, drawing female characters all the time. And I'm enjoying where it's going, and it also gives me a chance to sit down and talk about some things that are on my mind, and about my channel while you guys are watching the video in the background here. Now, I know this video is a little bit long. It's over 20 minutes, and I left it that way because I wanted to show you guys how long it actually takes me to just sketch something. I'm not the kind of person that will sit down and sketch out a picture in like 10 seconds. I can't even make it to 10 minutes with drawing something. I'm always erasing and trying to make things better. And most times, you know, I'm a little bit too hard on myself, and I realize that, but I always strive to do better than what I'm doing, and I gotta learn how to relax and just have fun. It's a sketch. It's not meant to be completely perfect, and mind you, I'll never be perfect anyway, but I try to get perfect as what my mind will make it perfect. I don't know if that makes sense or not, or if anyone feels that way. Let me know if you criticize yourself a lot too when you're trying to learn how to do something new or different. I guess different and new is the same thing, I suppose. And let me know if you treat yourself this way as well. The topic in today's video, as you can tell by the thumbnail, is why you well, let's see. I'm trying to get this out. Again, for those of you who are new and this is the first video you stumbled across, I don't script my videos. I sit here and I'm currently looking at the wall and looking at the computer with the video running, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head how I want to word things so it feels more personable, I guess. Is that a word? Personable? I think it is. Anyhow, I'm trying to make the video so that it doesn't sound like I'm sitting down and reading from a book, and so that it's completely boring, because I dislike watching videos where I can tell where things are scripted. It sounds very boring to me and robotic. I don't want that. Anyway, back to the topic here. Let's just say I had a comment on one of my recent videos that stated that I shouldn't use colored pencils to draw with, and I should use real, I'm air quoting here, real pencils to draw with, and I shouldn't, they stressed shouldn't use colored pencils to draw. By colored pencils, the pencil that was in my video, I think I used both the Color Eno or the Pilot Color Eno and the Prismacolor Color Erase pencil. I think I'm saying that right. And I complained a little bit that the Color Erase pencil don't erase off of paper as much as a graphite pencil would, or even as much as the Pilot Color Eno pencils. I absolutely love the soft blue Pilot pencils, the Color Eno, and I use it in my videos sometimes. I absolutely love working with that kind of pencil, and I think the person commenting on the video was really young, because they even said I should use a real pencil, and they said I don't use graphite, or I don't use real pencils at all, which meaning I'm pretty sure they mean I never use graphite pencils, which I do. So with that being said, you know, it's very, how can I put this in the right way? You don't go to someone's channel if you and say you shouldn't do this or don't do this, or like, you shouldn't leave comments like that. One, it's not your choice. two, it's the product's being used for a reason, and just don't be. I don't go to I don't go to a person's channel and comment on the mediums they're using if I am not familiar with the medium or if I am not educated on the medium. And I think it just makes you sound, it makes you sound really silly when you make a comment like that. You don't use real pencils. You don't use real pencils at all, or even mechanical pencils. I don't know. I don't want to sound mean, and I don't want to sound like the bad person here, but people use colored pencils to draw with for various reasons. I know that the blue and the red pencils used quite a bit to define what you want to keep, like your initial sketch, and then you can draw over those lines again to with a different color, and to make the fine lines or the fine details stand out on your picture, so you know what it is you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. Like, I know a lot of people use the blue and the red for that. I personally like using the blue because I find graphite pencils are really smudgy, and you rub your hand over the paper, which I tend to do quite a lot. They just smudge everywhere. Now, with that being said, the Pilot Color Eno, if you rub your hand over it quite a bit, it just disappears. It doesn't smudge, it just vanishes off the paper. Trust me, I've been there, I've done it, lost my line work and had to redo everything. But I like using the blue pencil because I just like the way it looks, and it doesn't smear, and there's no glare on it when I'm using it, and I find that it doesn't leave as big of a mess as graphite, pretty much. But I'm using graphite in this piece here. I've always used graphite. Graphite was my main thing that I learned how to draw with growing up. I didn't have access to these fancy Pilot Color Eno pencils when I was a kid. Guys, I'm almost 34 years old here. I'm getting old. Like, I didn't have this stuff when I was a kid, like back in the early, the late 1990s and the early 2000s. I've had most of my art supplies probably in the past 6 years, to be honest with you, mostly everything that I have. So growing up, all I had was a graphite pencil, a mechanical pencil, or a regular school 2HB, or is it 2HB? There's regular HB pencil. I don't know. The ones that you use in school. And so that's what I had, and that's what I learned how to draw with. My first things that I learned how to sketch was portraits. Now, the only thing is, when I was growing up, like when I was learning how to draw everything, I used a lot of grid lines. Like, I didn't copy the work, but I used the grid lines in the pictures to be able to proportion things properly. Maybe I'll do a video on that later as well, so you guys can see what I mean, and maybe it might help someone that's learning how to draw. I can do that. But I was very, very good at doing portraits or copying anime pieces or manga pieces using the grid lines, because I'm very bad with proportion, as you can see in some of my videos, and that was one way I could get the proportions correct, and then I was able to go in and do the shading and whatnot. So a lot of my artwork up until, I don't know, maybe 2005 was done that way, and since then, since 2010 or so, I started learning how to draw my own characters. I know I'm digressing from the situation or the topic at hand here, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of background information about what I've done. But if you do want to check out some of the old graphite pieces that I did do, you can check out my Instagram, which I'll link down in the description down below. And if you go right to the very end of my Instagram, you'll see all the old graphite pieces that I did up until, I'm pretty sure, 2009. And then I stopped sketching. A lot of those pieces were, if you watched the last sketch with me video, I talked about a bad relationship that I was in, and a lot of those pieces came around that time, and that's when I stopped. And then I restarted doing art again a few years after that. But with that being said, like I said, I didn't have anything else but graphite to use, and I guess this person came to my channel and they just saw this video. Maybe they didn't like the fact that I was doing a review for a book, and they maybe liked the paper and didn't like the way that I was talking about it, because I get a lot of things on my channel where people are bashing me because I have an opinion. but that's what that's what I'm doing the voiceovers for, to give my opinion on things. That's what I'm doing the reviews for. But like I said, I think this person was a very young person, and they said I shouldn't use colored pencil, but clearly to me that makes me feel like they don't know a lot about drawing in the first place, because you should use colored pencils to draw with. You shouldn't just stick with graphite. You should use what you want to use. There's no should and shouldn'ts with art. You use what you want to use. But I don't know, it kind of got under my skin a little bit, because I see a lot of comments, even on other people's videos, where you get these people coming in and they make these comments. They know nothing about what they're talking about, but they still feel like they have to make that comment anyway, because they just need to be heard. And it gets a little bit infuriating to me sometimes. But if you don't have anything nice to say, or you don't know what you're talking about, maybe you should, not make yourself sound silly and make comments like that. I know it's a little bit, different on social media and on YouTube, because nobody knows who you are, so it doesn't really matter. But, still, it just doesn't make sense for me to do that. But should you or shouldn't you use colored pencils? I think you should use whatever you want to use. I think that using different pencils makes your art stand out a lot more, and you can learn how to do new techniques and whatever. So, no, I don't think you should just use graphite pencils or mechanical pencils, as this person said. So, that's my little rant there today. Maybe I should talk a little bit about the piece here before I leave you guys with a bit of music, because I don't think I'm going to have enough to talk about to get up to the 22-minute mark. But I wanted to draw, I did some parrots before, and I did a finch, and I did a lovebird, and a few other pieces. Again, if you want to see pictures of all this stuff, head over to my Instagram account. And I wanted to do another colorful parrot type bird, I guess. I don't remember the name, like the exact type or the species of this bird, but it was a nice, pretty parrot. And I just wanted to do it. I do have a painting of this that's coming out later on my channel. I didn't want to put it all in this video, because it is technically a sketch with me video and not a paint with me video. So I didn't want to add everything in, and I thought that I could, make a couple different videos out of it. But the colors really drew me to the bird, and that's why I wanted to draw it. And with this piece here, you can kind of see how I broke down the image at the beginning, and I made some lines and everything to start off, some shapes and whatnot, to be able to get the bird sketched out properly, I guess. It's still not perfect. I'm not that great at drawing feathers, but I thought it was okay at the end. I got a little bit of practice out of it, and I did like the outcome. There's some of the shading I didn't really like, but I was just kind of messing around towards the end. That's pretty much it. The book that I'm using here is my Canson XL mixed media paper, which I've been trying to fill up with different drawings like this. I'm trying not to put anything fancy in there, or fancy in my terms, like a good painting, because I just want to keep it for sketching. But I'm going to do a flip through when that's done as well. And the pencil that I'm using is just a mechanical pencil, and it is a Pilot product as well. It is called no, it's not Pilot, it's Pentel. It's a Jolt 0.5 mechanical pencil, and it is graphite, and and I'm just using it, I think it's just a Staedtler eraser. I don't know, there's nothing written on it. It's a plastic eraser. That's pretty much all I'm using, and as you can see, I'm just looking at my phone here for the reference picture, which I've also added on the thumbnail. That's pretty much it. I'm starting to run out of steam here, but I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy my little rant. Let me know if you've come across, even if it's just friends or family, or if you have a YouTube channel and people come in and make silly comments on your videos about what you shouldn't do. Like, if you've experienced that before, let me know a story or two, and I'd like to hear how you handled things. I didn't comment back on this person's the comment that they left. I knew it was just going to be a waste of time anyway, so I just left it alone. But with that being said, that's pretty much all I have to say for today. And if you have any questions or comments about anything else that I'm doing, or if you want to see me sketch a certain type of thing in a future Sketch With Me video, let me know down below in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and make sure you hit the bell to get a notification on when I upload videos and when I go live and all that fun stuff. And before I go, don't forget to check out my Etsy and my Redbubble shop, because I've added new stickers and new pieces to Etsy, like little original pieces that I've painted, so you can check that out as well. Links are down in the description. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the upcoming weekend. Do something fun, create some art, get outside, do something, and I will see you in next week's video. All right, bye for now.